Hi there and welcome back to my channel. I'm Natasha and I love to use mixed media art in my faith journal, and today I'm doing the first of my 100-day projects, and this is something that takes place every year, and I'm doing 100 days of art journaling using this small journal that I have here. Today is also Ash Wednesday, so I've decided that is going to be the focus for my journaling today. And I'm going to be creating a cross out of some card that I can place on my page to represent the ashes that you receive on Ash Wednesday. For anyone who doesn't know, Ash Wednesday marks the first day of Lent in the Christian calendar, and on this day we remember firstly that we start off as dust and we return to dust, but we also remember and repent of the things that we have done wrong in preparation for Easter. And I've started out by writing out some of those things that I want to say sorry for on my page, and then I've covered that with some collage and also with some white gesso. And I'm just going to pop that to one side whilst I get started with my cross. So to create my cross, I have drawn around a template and cut it out of paper, and then I'm just using some different pieces of collage to build up my cross. And I want lots and lots of texture on this cross. I want it to be 3D, to have some different textures on there. So I'm using some corrugated cardboard. I've got some of the sort of mesh plasterboard tape that I'm really loving at the moment, and some different collage material that I can add to there just to build up and add that texture. Now that my cross is done, I'm just adding some gesso just to cover up the colour, to give it a nice even colour for later on. And some of you might be familiar with Lent and know that at Lent people normally give things up. I'm not giving anything up this year. This year I've decided to take up using a daily prayer app and journaling alongside that. I'll sometimes journal every day, art journaling, sometimes it might be more written journaling. The idea of Lent and anything that you give up or take up doing is to bring you closer to God. So it's not to kind of punish yourself or anything like that. It's just to bring us closer to God and help us to focus on God in this season. And you can see here now I am just adding some ink. So I've got some De La Rooney ink and some golden fluid acrylic and also some calligraphy ink that I'm adding to my cross in black, blue black and Payne's grey. And I'm just using my spray bottle there to get the ink moving. And I wanted it to have that kind of grungy look. It was representing the ashes that we have put on our foreheads, but obviously I didn't want it just to be completely black. I don't know if you've ever been to an Ash Wednesday service, but you end up with ashes on your forehead, which are the palm leaves from the previous year, which are burnt in the church. So here's my cross. I really like how it's turned out. We've got the different colours on there, and at this point I decided that I just wanted to add some gold on there as well, to represent the glory of God and the glory of the Easter story. Ash Wednesday is obviously the start of that period, that 6-week period leading up to it. Then I've just grabbed my journal just whilst the ink dries on my cross. So to add some colour, I decided to use these Brusho powders, which are a fairly new thing that I've got, and they're really good fun to use. So you can see there I've just sprinkled the powder onto the page, and then I've used my spray bottle to activate the pigment. I've put little pins in the tops of the tubs because if you try and take the lids off, you can end up with pigment everywhere, sorry. So it's, yeah, a really good idea to use a pin to just pop into the top, and then you've got like a sprinkler. So once I've sprayed them, I'm using 2 different colours here, and once I've sprayed them with the water, I'm just moving that pigment around on the page. And the really lovely thing about the Brush Show powders is some of the colours, not all of them, but some of the colours are made up of several different pigments, obviously to make the colour. And so when you spray them with water, you don't just have one sort of solid colour, you have all these different colours coming out. I then decided it was a bit too bright, so I got some white acrylic paint and started to add that to the page. So I just used my fingers to do that, to smear it around the page. And I didn't want all of it colour covered, but I did want most of sort of that colour covered up. Finally, off camera, I had forgotten to press record, and so off camera I've just added my cross to that page, just used some glue to stick it down, and then I'd printed out these words, "From dust you came and from dust you shall return," which are the words that are spoken as the Ash cross is placed on your forehead during an Ash Wednesday service. So I wanted to add that to my journaling page. And there we have it, it's all complete. I hope you've really enjoyed that video, that it inspires you to do your own. If you do create your own, I'd love to see it. Just pop me a comment down below. And until next time, have a great week. Goodbye.